Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a writing trick used by ancient warriors and Vikings, and you can use it in your own poetry. Imagine calling the ocean the whale's road, or calling fire the sky burner, or calling a sword the battle flame. Sounds cool, right? That's exactly what Viking poets did. They called this style kenning, and it was everywhere in their poems. A kenning is a short phrase that replaces a normal word. Instead of saying ship, a Viking poet might say wavesteeder. Instead of saying death, they might say wind down. Two words joined together to make something vivid, poetic, and powerful. So what exactly is a kenning? Think about it like this. A kenning is a poetic puzzle. It uses two words to describe one thing, but it doesn't just name the thing. It describes what the thing does, what it looks like, or what it feels like. The word kenning comes from an old Germanic word meaning to know. So when someone used a kenning, they were basically saying, "You already know what I mean. Let me paint a picture instead." Kennings were super popular in Old Norse and Anglo-Saxon poetry, but you don't need to be a Viking to use them. You can use kennings in any kind of creative writing, poems, stories, even song lyrics. Here's the simple formula. A kenning equals a descriptor plus a noun. The descriptor tells you something about the object, what it does, what it looks like, or where it lives. The noun is the object itself, or a general word. Together they create a fresh way to talk about an ordinary thing. For example, a kenning for the sun might be sky candle, or for a school desk, you might call it a study prison. Let me show you some examples so this really clicks. Here are some classic Viking kennings. The ocean was called whale's home or wave's road. A shield was called battle glow or wind wall. Death was called breath change or dreaming over. A king was called ring giver because kings gave rings as rewards. See the pattern? Instead of just saying ocean or shield or death, the poet paints a tiny picture, and that picture sticks in your mind. But here's the best part. You can create kennings for anything, not just Viking stuff. Try it with everyday things. A refrigerator could be the cold box. A smartphone could be the pocket mirror. A library could be the book hall. Rain could be sky tears. Pretty cool, right? Let's break down exactly how you do it. Step 1. Pick an ordinary word. Start with something simple, a regular word from everyday life. It could be a thing like car, tree, or moon, or it could be an idea like time, hope, or fear. For this example, let's pick the word see. That's it, just one word. Now we're going to turn it into something more interesting using a kenning. Step 2. Brainstorm the senses and actions. Now gather as many raw ideas as you can about your object. Think about all your senses and what the object does. For the sea, you might write down what it does. It carries boats, never stops moving, crashes against rocks, can be calm or violent. What it looks and sounds like, it sparkles in the sun, stretches forever, is dark and deep, roars against the shore. What it feels and tastes like, it's wet, cold, and salty. Don't worry about making them sound poetic yet. Just list as many ideas, actions, and sensations as you can to get your brain warmed up. Step 3. Translate your ideas into words. Now you have to translate your plain notes into the two specific puzzle pieces we need for our formula, a descriptor and a noun. Look back at your brainstorming notes and ask yourself two quick questions. What is the core object or category? This becomes your noun, like path, plane, or ship. What specific detail, animal, or action stands out? This becomes your descriptor, like whale, salt, or storm. Let's look at how this works using our sea example. If your note says it's where big animals travel, you pull out the noun path and the descriptor whale. If your note says lots of fish swim in it, you pull out the noun water and the descriptor fish. If your note says it covers the whole beach like a big sheet, you pull out the noun blanket and the descriptor wave. Take a look at your own brainstorm list right now. Circle a few keywords and translate them into your puzzle pieces. Once you have your words ready, you're finally set to snap them together. Step 4. Combine two words. Now comes the magic part. Pick two words from the previous step, one that describes and one that names the thing, and smash them together. For the sea, here are some kennings you could create. Wave dancer, salt crasher, fish home, depth stretcher, sea walker. You can also use a hyphen between the words like wave dancer, or you can write them as one word like salt crasher. Both work, it's your choice. The key is to pick the pair that creates the strongest image in the reader's mind. Step 5. Use your kenning in a poem. Now let's put it all together inside a short poem. Here's an example of a traditional kenning poem about the ocean: the whale path, the salt plain, the ship swallower, the gull road, a water desert, a storm bed, the tide maker, the deep realm. Notice how the word ocean is not used at all. Some modern adaptations of the Kenning poem may also contain narrative around the words, like this example. The whale path stretches far and wide, a salt plain rolling with the tide. The storm bed sleeps in darkest night, beneath the gull road, calm and bright. A ship swallower when tempests roar, it washes shells upon the shore. The water desert depths untamed, an ancient world forever famed. See how the Kennings make the poem feel more vivid. Instead of just saying the ocean moves, you say the whale path stretches. It feels alive, doesn't it? Here's another example, this time about a cat. Night prowler, mouse hunter, sofa sleeper, purr machine, tiny tiger. See how each line gives us a clue? By the end, the reader knows exactly what we're talking about, but we never use the word cat. It creates a much stronger image in the mind than just saying, my cat is a hunter who sleeps on the sofa. Now it's your turn. I have a challenge for you. I want you to pick one object in the room you're in right now. Maybe it's your laptop, a glass of water, or your shoes. I want you to write 3 Kennings for that object and post them in the comments below. But here's the catch. Do not tell us what the object is. Let's see if the rest of the community can guess what your pocket brain or footshell actually is. The beauty of the Kenning is that it forces you to look at the world differently. It turns a boring object into a metaphor and a simple description into a riddle. Next time you're writing a story or a poem, try replacing one ordinary noun with a Kenning. You'll find that your writing immediately feels more professional and imaginative. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more creative writing tips. Now go out there and start renaming your world. I'll see you in the next video.